Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. This is your Young and the Restless recap for August 24th. And we saw in this episode how Victor and Victoria are feeling victorious after the whole Ashland Locke investigation is closed. Chelsea get called out by Chloe on her behavior with Billy and Ray. And Adam is about to burst the Newman bubble with the information from the investigation he now has. So before we unpack this, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And please don't forget to like and share. So let's see what's going on. So we start off over at Victoria's house, where we see Victoria is trying to ease Nikki's mind about her grand plans and the future of the company, including all these acquisitions she wants to make. She wants to take this whole Loch Ness monster mess and put it behind her. And Nikki is kind of concerned that she's doing a little bit too much. So there's somebody else that thinks somebody is doing a little bit too much, and that's Chance thinking that way of Victor. Chance make it real clear to Victor that I don't condone what you did. Now, although Chance thinks justice was served in this particular case, Chance warns Victor, I won't do that for you ever again, so don't get comfortable. But you can tell by Victor's face, he's like, yeah, right, you did it this time, and you'll do it again for me if I want you to. So let's swing over to Newman Media. We see Sally getting updates from Nick, who tells her that the whole Ashland Locke investigation is officially closed. Now, Sally feels, the need to now warn Nick also about something, and that's Adam's suspicions that he's probably going to keep digging. Now, as much as I don't like this, because Sally, the only way that you've gotten where you've gotten is because of Adam. Now you done drunk the Newman Kool-Aid, and now you're on their side bashing Adam. Go figure. Sally, please. But anywho, Nick decides he better get over to the office for the video conference, but Sally said he's going to be late, and you can stay over here and watch from my office. So now we're over at Chancellor Park, and we still have this conversation that with Adam arguing with Kevin that he is the perfect fall guy. Dumb, trusting, with a long history of shady behavior. Adam tells him that, you know what, you're going to be the one to get burned in this whole situation when it comes down to Victor and Chance. Now, it dawns on Kevin that this is more about Adam than it is about him and Adam's desire to pay back Victor. So, he insisted, there's no dirt to even dig up. And you know what? You need to let it go. So he walks off. He has a moment alone, but this is where we see Adam call someone with a job for him to do. So now Victoria gets on this conference call. She impresses everyone with her vision and her bold leadership skills. And everybody's watching. Victor's especially impressed. Now, Sally views Victoria as this new warrior and is inspired to make Newman Media a success. Nick is pleased to hear that Sally says, to say all that, and is glad that you're on our team now. And while she thinks she's all in, we just heard Victor tell Adam nobody trusts her. So go ahead and think you got it going on over there, Sally. The moment that the Newmans are done with you, you'll be out on your butt. So Nick meets up with Victoria at the park, and she shows off this whole list of acquisitions she want to make. Now, Nick got a little bit of fear that they're kind of biting off more than what they can chew and putting themselves in debt with all of this. But hey, Victoria thinks that she can accomplish anything as long as her dear old sweet brother is by her side. She's buttering him up. He sees, this could be a potential problem, but yeah, she finessed him. So we're back at the ranch again. Victor tells Nikki how proud he is of Victoria and how she's bringing the family together, except for Adam. Now, Victor goes back and reflects on his past, suggesting, Adam has never forgiven him for growing up without a father on the farm with Kansas. And, Nikki is talking about, oh, he never fit in. And I'm like, the dude is missing a whole organ because your granddaughter is alive to prove that. But the Newmans never see anything that Adam done. So we're on the GCAC rooftop now. Chloe sees some similarities in Chelsea when it comes to bonding with Billy, like what she saw with Ray. And she is absolutely correct, even though Chelsea's in denial. Chelsea's arguing that she's capable of having male friends without turning into more. Okay. Things got heated with them. Chloe brings some dessert to offer this peace offering, but Chloe manages to rile Chelsea up even more by acting like she was on the rebound with Ray and is vulnerable to Billy. Now, Chelsea is sick and tired of Chloe acting like she's desperate and needy. And then even furthermore, Chelsea points out that Chloe has her own history of losing touch with reality. But she don't throw it in Chloe's face every other day. Chloe continued to try to apologize. Chelsea, she's really not trying to hear it for the moment. She wants to be treated like an adult who can make her own decisions. And, in the end, Chloe decides, I'm going to leave. I'll catch up with you later once we are both have cooled off. And, of course, we saw Adam, watching and witnessing this fight. So, she's in denial. She knows she had a crush on Ray, why she planned that trip. And now she wants Billy. So now we do see the conversation where Adam suggests to Chelsea about, the whole podcast thing. Because Chelsea tells him that Billy is leaving the podcast. And, he's like, well, why don't you just go ahead and do it yourself? And get a replacement and have weekly guest hosts. Then we see Sally watching nearby. And Chelsea and Adam has this whole pleasant conversation where, he shows support. Well, the peace won't last since Chelsea mentions how she was just starting to find her own groove. And Adam is like, well, I don't want, your energy to be put on to our son Connor. And she was like, what do you mean? You calling me a bad parent? And I'm like, girl, slow your roll. And Adam was like, I don't even bring my negative family drama around Connor, and I don't want you to do it either. So she calmed down, which makes sense. Come on, Chelsea, chill out. He was being nice to you. But all in all, they ended the conversation well, and she finally got the point. And then, of course, Adam walked off. So, girl, get a grip. So now we're over at Crimson Lights. Chloe finds Kevin panicking on this phone call. Now, Kevin is insisting that he was going to come down to the office and file a report. But he thinks Chance and Paul needs to know now. Now, after Kevin mentioned, official police business, he reveals that he was inside the library to return some books for, he had out for the kids, only for 2 minutes tops. When he came back, the car was broken into, and his messenger backpack containing the GCPD laptop was taken. Yikes. And we know where that leads us to. Which finally leads us to Adam's hotel suite, where we welcome Lucas, who is Aaron Schwartz, who we talked about on the spoilers this past weekend. He comes inside and, learn he got what they talked about. Now, Lucas point out to Adam, you didn't tell me that Kevin worked for the police. So you know what? That's going to cost you a little bit more due to the added risk. Now, Adam says, okay, no problem. That's fine. I'll drop you some more money. And Lucas said, I want to keep the messenger bag, though. But all Adam cared about was the laptop that was inside that messenger bag. So he holds it and flashed this mischievous smile. So, as much as the Newmans think that they are on top of the world, and Victor and Victoria feels like they are victorious with moving past this Ashland Locke investigation, well, not so fast, because the dark horse of the family, Adam Newman, is set to blow this whole thing up. And that could include Chance and Kevin because they covered up the crime. And you know Adam is going to continue to cause more chaos in Genoa City, so we have to stay tuned. Okay, so there you have it. That's your Young and the Restless recap for Wednesday, August 24th, 2022. What do you think about this episode? Let's get the conversation started down in the comments section, and stay tuned for the bold and the beautiful recap also for today. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.